Amazon Prime Day is coming up later this week, and it's an event that boasts all of the deals that we can catch on to. And Neesha Hothi with the Better Business Bureau is here to navigate us through some of those deals, because some of them just seem too good to be true.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. We all love a good sale. I'm guilty of it. I was doing it last night. You scroll through and you're like, oh, add to cart. It's very convenient and a little bit troublesome, and from a few different perspectives. One is that it's easy to get scammed with online sales, and it's not specifically about Amazon Prime. Like, lots of online sales happen, and we've got to be mindful of them all. And then it's also about the fact that we kind of have become like a community that loves the dopamine rush, right? We're like, oh, buy, very quick to add, and in a time of recession, of inflation, really we have to think about our dollars. And so there's a twofold message with being careful around online sales.
Okay, and one of those tips is to verify online reviews.
Absolutely. I mean, 36.9% of all the scams we got reported to last year were online scams. And so that just tells me that there's a lot of things that we have to be careful of. So when you're looking at a review on the site that you're purchasing from, be aware that they could have been paid for, they could have been bots. Like, go off of that site. Look at a verified third-party validator. BBB.org, we vet our customer reviews. You could look at an influencer. You could look at someone online who's purchased the item. Look at a few different locations to be sure that you're getting what you think you're getting.
Okay. And I mean, I think this kind of goes without like having to point it out, but like, you use traceable payment methods like credit cards. Like, how else would you pay for something online?
This is the thing. We think it's the norm. You know, we're like, oh, I just pull out my credit card. But some people are using, e-transfer. Some people are using prepaid debit cards. If you're using a prepaid debit card or even your actual debit card, there is no fail-safe. I can't go back and report that fraud. That money is gone.
And oftentimes, you'll see advertisements for products on social media. And you'll click on it, and then it's like, the deal is here, but it's going to go away. And people are make those quick decisions. Why is that so concerning?
So a lot of scammers use time sensitivity as a way to get you to act now. So it's, oh my God, it's an hour-long deal, it's a day-long deal, you've got to act now. And so once you do that, again, you've bought something, but you didn't do your due diligence. So we say take 5, depending on the size of your purchase, 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 hours, 5 weeks if it's a home reno, right? Make sure you've really looked through all of the avenues, and then look at the ad, look at the website, look at the email. Is the email correct? Is the logo a little bit blurry? Does the ad seem like a carbon copy of something you've seen before? Does it click you to the site with only one product? Those are red flags. You really want to look at the fact and ensure that if they're saying that this deal is like so amazing, why is no one else able to give you the same deal, right?
Yeah, and why are they only selling one product?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good one for sure. You also mentioned really understanding any return policies and warranties.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, again, fast purchases, you're like, this looks great. I need a new X. I needed a new computer. The deal is great. Let me buy it. But what is the return policy? You may have to register for a warranty with the manufacturer. You may only have 2 weeks to return. You may not have an option to return at all. So just be sure of those things before you hit that buy now button.
It really is buyer beware, isn't it?
It is. In the online community, there's not a lot of recourse. People could be setting up websites from anywhere in the world. It really does fall on us to be sure. It's very different than buying in a brick and mortar store.
And one of your last tips is set a reasonable budget. I guess things can get out of hand pretty quickly for some people.
Like I said, last night I was sitting in bed and I was like, oh, buy now, buy now. So I am also guilty, but we've got to think about the fact that you've got a budget, or go in with a list of needs. If you've got a great sale going on, or back to school is going to be coming up, go in with a list and say, okay, this is what I need. And now you're not deviating and getting distracted by a great deal. The other is your budget. We try to say a good rule of thumb is 50% of your needs, 30% of your wants, and 20% for savings and debt. And so if you use that rule of thumb, kind of go in with an X amount that you know you can spend.
Okay, great tips. Neesha, thank you so much.